Hi, I'm John Zimkus, and this is The City Show. Our guest today is Fire Chief Ryan Dipczynski, and welcome back, Ryan.
Hey, John. How are you?
Now, the last time you were here, Ryan, which was about 3 months ago, we were talking about fireworks safety.
Correct.
But I also asked you about how the staffing is doing on the fire department, because we had passed the new levy, and we also had the new income tax.
Yep.
And so do we have a full command of full-time firefighters?
I would say we are 99% complete. We have one position left to fill. We just brought on our new battalion chief on the shift due to a retirement. Went through that hiring process, got a very good guy named Mitch Cato from neighboring department. We stole him over, and he just started this last week. And then we have one more full-time position to get going.
How many people make up the fire department?
Right now we have 39 people.
Are they, Station 41 is the headquarters.
Correct.
Right? So I imagine there's more people there than at 42.
Correct. Yep.
But how many are normally at a shift?
We shoot for 12. We look for 12 a day, and we have room for 12 up to 15.
Do the firefighters stay longer than 24 hours?
Some do. Some work some overtime and have other projects after shift that they do. Mm-hmm. But the working shift is a 24-hour shift.
Okay. Well,
I'll make them stay for meetings sometimes, and stuff like that.
Well, I don't know if this is true or not, but I always remember, the firefighters sometimes sleep in the fire station, and there's always somebody who cooks or something like that. Is that still the case?
Absolutely. Yep. Pots and pans usually heating up around noon or 6 o'clock. They can work out on duty, so they have physical fitness is a very important part of our job. So we allot them time for physical fitness, and then normal working hours are from 7 a.m. to roughly 3 to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they're kind of their own downtime and just running calls and doing some of the other stuff is from 4 to morning shift.
How many women are in the department?
Right now we have 2. We have one that's currently employed and one we just brought on as one of our new hires. Mm-hmm.
Now, are there specialties like EMTs, or is everyone trained in the same sort of thing?
Everyone is cross-trained, so everyone that does work with us is a firefighter, EMT, or a paramedic. So all of our full-timers are required to be paramedics eventually. So we kind of went outside the box and hired EMTs with the intent of them becoming certified as paramedics within a 3-year process. So basically they just have to find a class. Most of them are already registered in class. They just go through the schooling, which takes about a year, and then they get certified as a paramedic.
Now, often when I see an EMT vehicle, I sometimes see a fire engine there too. Right. Is that always the case?
Not always the case. Just on certain advanced life support calls that we deem that we need basically more hands is what we need. So cardiac arrest, any kind of car accident, trouble breathing, things where we might give drugs or something to assist. Maybe someone is on the 3rd floor, so we need some help carrying someone down or just using the cot. We just need more manpower, so the engine will go on some of those calls.
Now, the main reason you're here today, besides learning all about the fire department, is to tell us about the Fire Prevention Week.
Yep.
And when will that take place?
October 6th through the 12th. So we have a lot of activities planned around the community, through schools, with the libraries, and then got finishing it up with our annual open house on October 12th.
What time? And that's a Saturday?
That is a Saturday. It's from 1 to 4, and we're going to be there showing off the firehouse again, all of our equipment, introducing everyone to our new staff, and we have lots of games, activities, couple demonstrations, bouncy houses, free food, snacks, and lots of giveaways and raffles that we'll have.
Yeah. Now, there's a raffle basket.
There are raffle baskets. Yep.
And what kind of things are in the baskets?
Sometimes we'll do kind of a home safety basket. We're still working on putting some baskets together for the community, but we also raffle off like Especially for the kids, they love it, or even adults too, they love it too. But a ride to school in a fire truck, that's really cool. We raffle off breakfast with the crew, so whoever wins can bring the whole family in for breakfast with the crew. We cook for them, and they can come in and meet the guys and just hang out for a morning on a Saturday or something.
Now, during the week, you said you're also going to be at schools and the library. What kind of things will you be doing there?
Just really talking fire safety, introducing ourselves to the kids again, showing off our fire gear and the trucks, and really just talking about things that they can do to prevent injuries around the house, prevent fires around the house, and if a fire does happen in their home, what to do.
Well, one of the things I read that you may be discussing with your audience there is a plan in case there's a fire in the house. And do kids really get into that?
It's kind of hard because to grasp the concept of not being able to see, not being able to breathe, and then trying to get out safely without grabbing anything that is safe to you is really it's difficult to understand that concept. So we always tell kids to run out of the house, but it's hard to, if there is smoke here, if you can't see, a lot of kids just turn around and they go right back to a safe place where they hide or something. So we really try to hammer, just get out, find your family members, just get out. And we talk about safety home escape plans to make sure they have a meeting place outside, never go back in for pets or belongings, and find your family members outside and then call 911.
Well, calling 911, you see on the news ever so often about some 5, 6-year-old, something happened to mom, and so the kid calls 911 and saves mom's life. Have we ever had anything like that around here?
We've had a handful, yes. And forgive me, I can't remember exactly when and who, but yes, it has happened.
Yeah. Well, it's good when kids can grasp the severity of what's going on.
Yes.
And realize they're the ones who has to do the action now.
Yep.
Now, recently, we've, I believe it was on the 13th of this month, that the state fire marshal declared about a third of the counties in Ohio under a drought emergency. And then I just heard a few days ago, Warren County was put on that list.
That is correct.
What does that mean? What are we supposed to do?
Basically, no open flames outside. As you can tell, and as everyone should know, it is extremely dry outside. So the smallest spark, cigarette butt, anything that's outside could cause a major incident, which could cause to, burning acres, burning farmland, and, burning residents. So the state fire marshal said basically no burning outside. So that's the case.
Today you drive around and seeing a green lawn is the rarity.
Yep,
Yeah.
sure is.
Now, looking over what I found on the internet concerning this drought emergency, it's like you have a thesaurus. Every single word that can mean you started a fire, ignite, light, kindle, trying to cover all the bases that you can't do this.
Yep.
Does that include, say, barbecue with charcoal?
In a kind of an open area on concrete, that's okay. It should be fine as long as you're safe about it. But dumping out your charcoal or cleaning it out with hot ashes, no, do not do that.
Yeah. Now, who determines, or what is do you know anything about the parameters as to what makes it? There's an extreme drought and there's also exceptional drought. Do you know the difference between those?
No, John, I don't know. That's I've always kind of looked at that. I don't know. I just know we're kind of there.
Yeah.
It seems like.
Now there might be rain this week.
We're not knocking on wood. I think waiting for this to come.
But even if it does rain, I imagine the emergency is not going to go away very quickly.
I would say it's unless we get a good week-long soaking rain, and I mean I'm no weatherman or anything, but I would say that's the case. And if we get, I think I saw yesterday there was some flooding in some certain areas. I feel like it was down southeast Ohio, where they got a lot of rain really quick, and of course it's going to flood because the ground cannot absorb the water so
Right.
fast.
Yeah, that ground isn't very porous. It's, well, if it's clay like there, it's concrete.
Yeah, it's like
practically.
rock. Yep.
Yes. So it's an interesting time. I mean, as far as putting cigarettes out, or you use a match and you just throw it on the ground. You can't do that.
Yep.
Now, if you see somebody with using an outdoor fireplace or setting off fireworks, which is also on the list, what should you do?
I would say at first, just try to educate the person and just let them know that, hey, did you know that we're under a kind of a burn ban or an open flame ban here in the county? We're not supposed to be doing this, potential for a lot of danger. And then if I would not confront or, really try to, yell at someone because of it. But if it does get out of hand, just call us and we'll come out and educate and make sure that people understand exactly what is going on. I mean, you won't really, as long as you're not being egregious and you just don't know, these are innocent mistakes that can happen.
Now, Ryan, before we started recording, you were telling me about something which is rather unique and special, I think, which is going to go on at around the same time as the Fire Prevention Week. And what's that?
So on October 12th, at our open house, we're going to kick off a smoke detector program where the city of Lebanon is going to be giving out free smoke detectors provided by by American Red Cross. They've given us a certain amount, a number of smoke detectors that we are able to distribute to the community, whoever needs them. We will install them, test them, put them in the correct location if they're needed in each house, and make sure and give you a handful of supply batteries to keep them up and ready and keep your family safe.
That's interesting that you're going to install them too.
Yes.
But it sort of gives you a chance to sort of fire inspect too.
It's really kind of the Red Cross wants to make sure that they're in there correctly. We make sure that they're in the right spots according to kind of NFPA guidelines, and putting them in certain bedrooms and then common areas. And so just to make sure that they're in the right spots, and we just don't hand them out to people and they never get up.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that they're in the right spot and they're installed correctly, they're working properly, and then,
When your crews are fighting fires, do they ever find inspectors? Why is it there? Why shouldn't it be over by the bedroom or something, some odd place?
We don't find that, but we also, what's weird is we will find homes still today with no smoke detectors or no working smoke detectors. And a handful of them are because they malfunction. So what happens, the one that is the most common is where's the one that always gets the battery taken out, the door is always flopped open, it's in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You burn something and it goes right up, so I'm sick of this thing. I'm going to take the battery out, and then it stays out. You forget about it. So we really want to make sure that one is good, and we tell people to, keep the batteries in, just be careful cooking, and just brush it away. It doesn't have to come apart or anything. So it just creates an added hazard for your home.
Chief, if you had to pick the most frequent cause for a house fire, would it be electrical or kitchen, or is smoking still an issue?
We have not had a smoking related issue in a long time. Most of the ones we've had are either electrical or just accidental, where they've been labeled that way. So it hasn't really even been cooking. Cooking was usually right at the top of the list, where accidental cooking or accidental flame. We haven't had too many of those either. Us personally.
Yeah. Well, Chief, is there anything else we should let the people know about Fire Prevention Week, or the fire detectors, or anything else?
Open house is open to anyone, and we really try to get as many people to come out. It's a really great day. Usually it coincides with the Feast and Folly that's going on, so you can go down to the city and hang out down there, and then come right down to the open house and hang out. It's a lot of fun. We have a good time, and it's just nice to meet the community and bring them into the firehouse.
Well, it's a great time to see the firehouse, which is really a fantastic building and
It really
structure.
is. Yep.
Okay. Well, thanks again for being our guest here on the City Show.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. You take care, and I'll see you around town.